In this tutorial, I am going to show you how to protect your worksheet. If you go to the review ribbon, there's a couple different commands. The one that I'm going to cover in this tutorial is the protect sheet command. I'm going to click on, and when you hover over that, just notice there's some information it tells you. It says prevent unwanted changes to the data in a sheet by specifying what information can be changed. For example, you can prevent people from editing locked cells or changing the formatting of the document. You can specify a password that can be entered to unprotect the sheet and allow these changes. So just some reasons there why we might use this command. When you go into the Protect Sheet dialog box, you have a number of different choices that you can choose. Protect worksheet and contents of locked cells is the default. As I stated earlier, you can password protect the worksheet, so someone would have to have the password to unprotect the document. Just a word of caution there, you do need to remember what the password is when you set it, or you're going to have trouble getting back in to edit it yourself. Couple things that are checked here: select locked cells, select unlocked cells. I'm just going to leave the default settings the way they are. I'm going to click on OK. I'm just going to basically show you what happens when you use that particular command. So basically, with what I just chose, everything is locked down. So if I come over, I can click a cell and you can look at things. Notice your ribbon's ghosted. If I go to my home ribbon is ghosted too, indicating that I have limited things that I can do. I can basically look at the document. Now if I hit the delete key, I'm going to get an error prompt that pops up, and it says the cell or chart that you're trying to change is protected and therefore read only. So I hit the delete key. If I try to type, basically the same thing happens. Everywhere I go in the worksheet is going to be locked down, and basically we can only read the contents of the document. I'm going to click on Unprotect Sheet so that I could go back and I could make some changes to the document. I'm going to just take it a step further then. I'm going to come over to the loan calculator. Let's assume there's parts of the loan calculator that we want to be able to change. For example, maybe we want to use the loan calculator for purchasing a car instead of a house. So I want to leave that particular cell open. What you can do, I'm going to use the right click command, and I right click that cell. I'm going to go to the Format Cells command, and a dialog box is going to open. I'm going to go to the Protection tab. And in the Protection tab, the default setting in Excel is that the cells are going to be locked. I'm going to unlock the cell by just clicking that checkbox, and I'll do OK. So it doesn't really appear that anything has happened, but I changed the properties of that particular cell in that I did unlock it, and I'll show you the difference, what that does here in just a minute. I'm just going to go down and look at, okay, what other cells would I want to possibly unlock and be able to change? The cost would be one. The down payment is a variable that might change. Now the loan amount is a formula, so I wouldn't want to unlock that. I want that to remain locked. Interest rate is a variable, and the years would be a variable. So I could come up and highlight the first two cells that I want to be able to leave open or unlocked. I could press my control key and click and drag through the next two cells that I want to change. I'm going to right click, as I said before, go to Format Cells, and notice it goes back to the same tab that I had used previously, and I want to unlock those cells. I'm going to go ahead and do OK. And so I've unlocked B2, 3, 4, 6, and 7. So you can use your control key to select non-consecutive cells to do the same command, in one click rather than going into that same dialog box over and over again. Now I'm going to go back up. I'm going to do Protect Sheet. I'm going to leave the default settings. I'm not going to put a password on it. I'm going to click on OK. Now again, if I'm over here and I click on Delete, it's basically locked down. If I come over and I change the house to, maybe I'm looking at doing purchasing a car instead, I can change that. Let's say my car that I'm looking at is a $10,000 car. Change that. Now it's kind of getting weird over here, but we're going to make some changes here. Oh, because my car, I made as big a down payment as the car is, so I don't need to take out a loan. So I'm going to change that to 1,000. Hit OK. And maybe it's 5% interest. That would change based on where you're getting the loan from, but I probably wouldn't finance my car for 30 years. I might finance possibly for 5, maybe 4, and that would be a variable too. And hit enter there, and it's automatically recalculating. So I've got some cells that are unlocked and some cells that are locked. I can't change anything over here, just can make changes to where I had unlocked the cells to begin with.